Hello, you are welcome to my mathematics class. My name is Dr. Kingsley. Welcome to Best Brain Academy. Now, in the class today, I'll be taking us on higher order derivatives. We are doing differentiation, okay? And we want to see higher order differentiations, or what we call higher order derivatives. Now, from what we have learned so far in the previous class, we say that when we have y to be equals to 2x raised to the power 3, and we are asked to differentiate, that is to find the y over the x, that what we will be having is we are using the power to multiply the coefficient, which is 6, then we'll take away 1 from 3, which is the power. That will give us 2. That will be the answer. Now, this first differentiation is what we call the first derivative. If we differentiate this answer again, that means the answer we'll get again will be called the second derivative. That is higher order derivative. If we differentiate the answer we got from the second derivative, we'll get what we call the third derivative. Now, the first differentiation is the y over the x, and we got this answer. Let's say we want to differentiate this answer. We'll be doing what we call the second derivative. That is the square y over the x square. That is what? Second derivative. That will now be equals to, you differentiate this. So you have to use this to multiply this. 2 times 12, which is what? 2 times 6, which is 12. Then x will take away 1 from the power. When we take away 1 from 2, we'll get what? 1. So this one is the answer for second derivative. Remember, x raised to the power 1 is still the same thing as x. Then, this answer we got, which is the answer for second derivative. If we differentiate this answer again, that means what we are doing is called third derivative. So that will be d3y over the x cubed. So when we differentiate 12x, of course the answer is what? 12. So this is the answer for first derivative. Then we now differentiated the answer, we got answer for second derivative. We differentiated what? The answer for second derivative, we got what? The third derivative. So for higher order derivative, we have second derivative and third derivatives. Now, the first derivative is the y over the x, which is same thing as y prime. You can also take it to be f1, that is f prime. You can take it to be df, that is what? First derivative. Now, second derivative is d square y over the x square, okay, which is still the same thing as y prime prime, which is still the same thing as f prime prime, which is still the same thing as d square f, second derivative. Then, if we differentiate the second derivative, we'll get the third derivative, which is over the s3, which is same thing as y prime prime prime, okay, which is the same thing as f prime prime. You can use any of them, or you can use what? d3f. So any of these can represent each. Now, having seen this, let us take a few questions. Number one question says, if y is equals to 2x raised to the power 4 plus 3x cubed plus 4x squared plus 6x plus 5, find, okay, y prime prime prime. What does it mean? It simply means we should find the third derivative. The third derivative means that this thing we have here, the question, we have to differentiate it 3 times to get the third derivative. Now that is to say that our y becomes equals to 2x4 plus 3x3 plus 4x squared plus 6x plus 5. We want to do the first derivative, which is y prime. That will give us 4 times 2 is 8. Take away 1 from 4, you get what? 3. Then plus 3 times 3, you get what? 9. Then x, take away 1 from 3, you get 2. Plus 2 times 4, you get 8. Then take away 1 from 2, you get 1, which is written as 8x. Then plus differentiate 6x, you get what? 6. When you differentiate 5, 5 is a constant. It will give you 0. So don't bother yourself on that. Now this is first derivative, but the answer here, which is for first derivative, will not be our final answer because we are looking for a third derivative. So we have to differentiate the answer for first derivative so that we can get what? Second derivative, which is y prime prime. That will give us 3 times 8 will give us what? 24. Then you have x raised to power what? 2. Because 3 minus 1 is 2. Then plus 2 times 9 is 18. X raised to power 2 minus 1 will give us 1. So the same thing as x. Then when you differentiate 8x, you get what? 8. Differentiate what? 6, you get 0. Don't bother yourself putting it. So this is answer for second derivative. Now we want to get the final one, which is the answer for our question, which is answer for third derivative. So how to differentiate this again? So 2 times 24 will give me 48. Okay, x. 2 minus 1 will be 1, so no need to put it away 1. Then plus, when you differentiate 18x, you get what? 18. When you differentiate a constant, which is 8, it becomes 0, so no need. So all the constants, when you differentiate them, they are 0, so there's no need. So this is our final answer for this question, which is the third derivative. So that is how we can get the third derivative. Now let us take the second question. That is number 2. If y is equals to sine x, comma, find d square, okay, f. Remember, you have square here to tell you that that is the word second derivative. What it simply means that you should differentiate this second time. I mean 2 times. So what it simply means that our y is equals to sine x. We need to get df, which is the first derivative. There's no need of putting 1 here because d raised to power 1 is still the same thing as d, to show you that it's first derivative anyway. So when you differentiate sine x, you get what? Cos x. So this is answer for first derivative, but we want, first derivative, but we want answer for second derivative. So d square f means we should differentiate what? The answer for what? For first derivative. Differentiate it again. So we have to differentiate cos x. When you differentiate cos x, you get minus sine what? Sine x. So this becomes the answer. Okay, so let us take the third question and let us make it an important question. Let's say we are given that if y is equals to cos x, okay, let me use theta, cos theta, and we are asked to find y prime prime minus y prime all square minus what? 1. Now in this case, for us to get this, we need to get y prime prime, and also we need to get what? Y prime. Remember, our y is equals to cos theta. How do we get y prime? Y prime simply means differentiate this. So when you differentiate cos theta, you get minus sine theta. Then we'll get y prime prime because it's in the equation they say we should find. To get y prime prime, we have to differentiate y prime. When you differentiate minus sine theta, you will get what? Minus cos theta. So that is what we actually get. Now, having taken that, we can substitute our answer for y prime and our y prime prime into here. So what we will now be having is that instead of y prime prime, we put what? Minus cos theta. Then minus. What is our y prime? Our y prime is what? Minus sine theta. Then we have square of it, all square. Then minus what? Minus 1. Now what is it? We have minus cos theta minus sine. Minus sine square means minus sine, okay, theta multiplied by another minus sine theta. Remember, these are minus here. Then we are now having square of this, which is minus sine theta, the other minus sine theta. That will give us what? Sine, okay, square theta. Sine square theta. Please, when you say sine theta, multiplied by sine theta, please don't go and say it's sine theta square. No, it is not sine theta square. That is not how we write it. The square will come before the what? Before the theta. So it's sine square before the theta. Then you now have what? Your minus what? Minus 1. So we continue. Now, if we continue on this, I want us to know that, of course, sine square theta, okay, plus cos square theta is equals to 1. How did I get this? This is one of the trigonometric identity in mathematics. When we do trigonometry, you see how this can be what? Obtained from the trigonometric what? Ratios. So it's a formula in mathematics known as one of the trigonometric identities. Now that simply means that what? That sine square theta, if you make it the subject of formula, it will be equals to what? 1 minus cos square theta. So we can use sine square theta. We use it to replace sine square theta here. We want to use sine square theta. Instead of sine square theta, we are putting this in this our solving. So we'll be having minus cos what? Theta. Okay. Then you have your minus. Then instead of what? Instead of sine square theta, what are we putting? We'll now put 1 minus cos, okay, square theta. Okay, then minus what? Minus 1. So we can open the brackets. Okay, when we open the bracket, we have minus cos theta. This time this will give us what? Minus 1. This time this will give us plus cos square theta. Then minus what? Minus 1. So what we will now be having should be what? We should be having cos square theta minus cos theta minus 1 will give us minus what? Minus 2. Okay, we can say but from the equation they gave us, look at the equation. Anyway you see cos theta, you should put what? Y. So remember, cos theta represents y. So but y is equals to what? Cos theta. If y is equals to cos theta, then it is easier for us to say that what? This which we have here, okay, will be what? Instead of cos square theta, we put what? We put y square. Because cos theta is y, then cos square theta is y square. So we can see that what? If I write this thing out, if I write this equation out, this is cos theta all square, then minus cos theta minus what? Minus 2. That is it. Because cos theta square is exactly the same thing as cos square theta. So now anyway we see cos theta, we are putting what? Y. So this will be y, that is cos theta, but this is square, y square minus, this is cos theta, which is what? Y. Then minus what? 2 equals to what? 0. So we need to what? Factorize. When we factorize, we'll be having, okay, y plus 1, okay, into y minus 2 as the factorization. Therefore equals to 0. Therefore, my y plus 1 will be 0, or y minus 2 will be 0. That means here y is equals to minus 1, or y is equals to what? When this cross this, it becomes 2. When plus 1 crosses the sign of equality, it becomes minus 1. And when minus 2 crosses the sign, it becomes 2. Therefore, our y is equals to what? Minus 1 or what? Or 2. That is the answer for that question. Please do subscribe to my channel to get more teachings on this. Thank you.